So, the learning number one, which I have taken from this gentleman or from his book, that one should come out from his or her comfort zone if he or she wants to do that wonder which ordinary people can't even imagine or think about. Learning number two, I would rather commit seppuku than fail. I repeat again, I would rather commit seppuku than fail. Now, this was the statement Mr. Elon Musk once had given to people when he was asked for his experiments or his extraordinary or impossible ideas which he imposed and expressed to the world. So then he said that I would rather commit seppuku. Now, seppuku, when we say I would rather commit, we straight away go to suicide, but it's not like that. He said, I would rather commit seppuku, means the Spartan warriors' language. Seppuku is something you have a very sharp sword, the talwar they have. They can pierce themselves or they can tear themselves apart through, like from here, then get failed or caught by the enemies. But it doesn't mean that Elon Musk was saying that he was resisted to fail. But no, the failure's definition he had in his mind was different than what me and you are having. What was that? That you only get fail if you get fail in one attempt or two or three, and if you give that up now, if you don't try for it, then you are failed. But he didn't do it at any time when he tried to achieve anything in his life. And the examples are there. You have Tesla, you have SpaceX, you have PayPal, you have Zip2, you have what not to talk about. The learning number three is that sacrifices are there to strengthen you, not to make you weak or bring you down and you stop doing what you were doing at. The same thing happened with Mr. Elon Musk as well, that when his first son was only 10 weeks old, he said goodbye to this world. As mother and as father, the parents, I mean, like uh, any other parents, Mr. Musk and his wife also were broken, but not for so long. Mother, of course, was disrupted, but Mr. Elon Musk was that determined that what has happened has happened. He need to move on because he had a vision to change the world, to give new dimensions to that world, and he continued on his task. Learning number four, that you should never be afraid of being a leader, a genius, engineer, manager, supervisor, or so, to roll your sleeves or get your hands dirty when your team needs you, when your team, your people needs you as a leader to come in front and lead them front, because there will be a lot of instances wherein those people who work for you, who work around you, who all look at you just like God, because what they cannot establish and you have given them that task which is impossible, they want to see you, they want to have that inspiration from you. So as a leader and as a Elon Musk, he never failed to do that, and there are people who have expressed and have actually given their statement that yes, Mr. Musk was a leader who never felt bad or never afraid of getting his sleeve or his hands dirty doing things for or along with the team. Learning number five, which is very powerful, Mr. Musk has given a message to the world that if you can have a vision in your mind, which is impossible for the ordinary people, if you have a dream that ordinary people can't even imagine of, there is nothing wrong in it. But what you need to do as a determined person, as a confident person, that you should see that vision on a 101 inches LED screen you should be that clear enough that with your open eyes you can see that vision, that dream of yours coming in real. So until and unless you, as the dreamer, as aspiration, you can't see that, you cannot demonstrate or convince world to believe you. For that, if we need to take an example, it was on an example of when Mr. Musk decided to send a shuttle space in the space and to come back and to reuse the capsule again, and it was something impossible for even NASA and Pluto or Pegasus or any other spacecraft company we talk about who have been sending the those spacecrafts in the universe or maybe in the orbit there. So he had such dreams, and he made them true exactly to the words what he uttered to the world. That's how bold Mr. Musk was. It's how bold he was dreaming things for him. That's what one need to do. It's not important, not necessary that we should have only such visions or dreams. We all have, all in different words. Learning number 6, that whenever we take any decision, we need to be that confident enough about them that we know that we taking their decision right now, but we are building or destroying our future also with that. So let us understand this, how exactly this work, that whatever smaller or big example or decisions we are taking or giving to the world, we need to keep something in our mind, that how the people who are around us, how the people who are working for me, how the people who are looking at me, and especially in my family who are aspiring you like anything, how that one particular decision will affect on them. That's what one also need to keep in his mind. And then that brings to me to the another example of this gentleman, when the S model for the Tesla, the one of the luxurious car they ever produced, and then again that's with the clean environment and fuel also, because there was no fuel in it. It was driven by those batteries. So we'll not talk about this, but then let's say when this Tesla's S model was about to get designed, he made that very clear in the design meeting, that make sure the moment the design is happening, keep one thing in mind, that how Justin will get into that car. Now Justin was his first wife, so he was very concerned that the first car when they'll make, if my wife is pregnant, how will she get settled into the car? If my wife will be going to doing shopping, also to getting groceries, also how would she get into it? The moment my wife will be having my kids, how will they get settled in, whether they be 5, they be 7? He has all those points in his mind, and it is nothing. The time you try to understand about that, what exactly the Tesla cars are about, how high tech they are, the cars cannot conversant the way me and you can. Rest, they can do anything you can't even imagine. You wish that can they do that, and yes, they can do that. So if you want to learn more about it, go through tesla.com and read about the features of Tesla cars, and you'll discover that there. Last but not the least, you need to be bold, confident, chin up, standing tall, like this gentleman. Of course, he's tall, 6.2. But when I say standing tall and confident, it is that confidence from within. It's not the people who are around you. It is the confidence you have in your vision, in your dream, that yes, this can happen. It has the possibility. It can change the world. The moment you have this zeal, this zealous attitude will not let you come back. Remember one thing, And again, the another learnings that you you'd be bullied, you'll be pulled back, you'll be backstabbed, you be disrupted, you be misunderstood by people, and moreover, you'll be rejected by people at first because the genius algorithms, what these people have in their mind, the ordinary people cannot understand that. But they only understand it once the Tesla.com happens, when SpaceX happens, when PayPal happened, what not to talk about. So, people, if you want to do these unpredictable things in your life, also, you need to start learning how to be bold. But first, we need to learn what is the meaning of bold. It's not what we see in Netflix, it's not what we see in movies, it's not what we see the half naked pictures, or maybe the images of actresses, or maybe the models or so in today's world. But let us take this boldness for somewhere wherein we can give new stages to our visions, to our dreams, and to make this world a beautiful thing, a beautiful place for people to live in. Thank you so much.